What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primer made to deliver you our Week 4 matchup in the PLW. This week we are taking on AJ. That's it, just AJ. He doesn't have a team name. That's just, yeah, it's just referred to as AJ. So we're taking on AJ. And, his team's actually pretty scary, and I'm surprised he's not doing better than he is. He's currently sitting at 0-3 with a -7 differential, which realistically isn't that bad. That's like averaging like a 2-0 apiece, but still, that's like, I don't know, man. That's kind of rough. Like that's a rough start to a season. But we're also sitting at 1-2, so I can't really talk too much shit. But hopefully we'll be able to start picking up some W's here real soon after last week. But his team consists of Salamence, Magnezone, Espeon, Smeargle, Silvally, Torkoal, Megalopunny, Togekiss, Stakataka, Blastoise, and Darmanitan. So there's like 2 modes his team can go by. Hard Trick Room, like 3 modes potentially. Sticky Webs with Smeargle, Hard Trick Room, or just fast offense with things like Mence and Lopunny. Against my team, I feel like Trick Room's not his option. I feel like Trick Room's a bad option because we have a very slow team as well, so like a lot of his mons are just naturally faster. Sorry about that. His team's just scary strong. Like Mence could just set up and sweep. Magnezone's a pain in the ass. Although thankfully we're not bringing any steel types this week. And do we even have a steel type on our draft? We do. Registeel. Registeel wouldn't even care if he was facing down a Magnezone. Magnezone wouldn't even touch it. Yeet. But we're not bringing it anyway because we're not taking the chances. In fact, Magnezone just does not do anything against our team right now, so that's pretty dope. But Mence can just set up and sweep us. Espeon, Calm Mind Espeon would actually be kind of a threat, but we have our way of beating Calm Mind Espeon. We actually have a very verified way of beating a Calm Mind Espeon. I'm pretty pleased with it, actually. It's pretty dope. It's really solidly well planned. I'm really pleased with how it turned out, so hopefully it will work in our favor. But Smeargle is going to be annoying because of the potential of it just setting up hazards and stuff. We have ways of just completely shutting him down, and like I can literally just lead with Sableye, and like Smeargle can't do anything, so that's pretty cool. Silvally being any potential type is annoying. Hopefully it's nothing that we really have troubles with. But there's really few typings that like the team that I built this week would really like struggle against, so I'm really happy with that, at least. Torkoal really doesn't do a lot to our team, realistically. Like Torkoal is part of probably the Trick Room like mode that he could bring. And I don't see it really being able to do a lot to our team. We have like the necessary special walls that just completely make Torkoal irrelevant. And Torkoal can't really do much else otherwise. Like as a Shell Smash sweeper, it's super slow, so even if he gets up a Shell Smash, he's not outspeeding a lot of things. So I think that I think it's pretty safe to say the Torkoal's more than likely not coming, and if it does come, it's not going to be doing much. So that's pretty cool. Megalopunny is the one thing in the universe that tears through the Mega Sableye Chansey Core. So we're going to have to be really careful with that. We had to prep very specific ways to handle that Mega Lopunny. Togekiss can Paraflinch our whole team. That's annoying. We're going to have to be really careful with how that thing does its stuff. Really hoping that we don't have to deal with that thing too much. Stakataka, if it's Trick Room offensive, we have our way of beating it. Like, I have a very solid way of beating it. Especially since it's not even a Zmon, so it's not as terrifying as it could be. Blastoise, just a spinner, nothing scary. And then we have the Darmanitan, which just hits really hard, and like the Darmanitan is one of the few things on his team that's really terrifying. We just don't have much for. We could, like, realistically, we could have brought Pyukumuku to deal with it, but looking at his team, like, Pyukumuku does a decently good job in this match, actually. But I think everything else that I'm bringing is more necessary in the long run. As much as, like, it pains me to say that, I think everything I brought is more necessary than Pyuku. So, what did we bring? We have brought Von Strangle, the Clefable, with the Babiri Berry. This is kind of like a pseudo counter to Magnezone slash just anything running like Iron Head or Lopunny running Iron Tail or some shit like that. It's kind of like a pseudo counter to that. We have Moonblast, Moonlight, HP Ground, and Thunder Wave. Moonlight just to keep ourselves healed up, because we found out last week that we cannot run Soft Boiled. We had to run Moonlight because we were running Unaware, since we cannot get Soft Boiled on a hidden ability Clefable. But we have the Moonblast. Moonblast just for stab. It'll hit things like the Mence and the Lopunny really hard, which is really nice. Then we have HP Ground. HP Ground is literally there for the Stakataka and the Magnezone specifically, because it will do a ridiculous amount of damage. It is 4 times effective. It actually has a chance to 2 KO, both depending on their spreads. And the Babiri Berry allows us to be able to take those two on very effectively, because Magnezone goes for Flash Cannon, even though we are not especially defensive. With the Babiri Berry, we'll chew it, go for the HP Ground, and be able to really chip him down. If he is a bulkier set, like if he brings if he plays the same trend as our opponent last week and brings like max HP, max special attack, and does not put speed investment, we will outspeed him, which is cool too. And then also with Stakataka, if it goes for Trick Room, we're going to be able to hit it with an HP Ground once, and then it goes for Gyro Ball, and since we're fully physically defensive, plus the Babiri Berry, we'll be able to eat a Gyro Ball from Staka, and then we'll be able to knock him out with the HP Ground. If Staka gets going against any other mon on our team, we can actually use this thing as like our stop to it if it gets a Beast Boost or something as well, because it's unaware. So it basically just makes his Beast Boosting mon irrelevant. So that's pretty cool. And then we have Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is just kind of nice to have. Things like Silvally, Mence running around, Lopunny running around, Togekiss running around. It would be really nice to paralyze some of those things, especially the Togekiss, because if it's a para flinching Togekiss set, if we break through even once just to get a para off on it with anything, if we can get a para on it with literally anyone on our team, we're good to go. Like, Togekiss becomes way less threatening if it can't outspeed us. And even if it can't, if it can't outspeed our team, then we're pretty much safe against certain mons, so that's pretty cool. But that's going to be our Von Strangle set. Next up, we have Rupee, our Mega Sableye. We are running a kind of interesting set. Max HP, max physical defense with the relaxed nature. We are also running 0 IVs into our speed. The reason we're running 0 IVs in speed is to make us as close to Stakataka's speed as physically possible. Because Stakataka has a base 13 speed, we have base 20, so we're really not far off. So Gyro Ball will do no damage to Mega Sableye at all. Which is really nice. I mean, we can like taunt it to keep it from... We can recover against it. We can recover stall against it, which is really nice. We can taunt it outside of Trick Room to keep it from resetting Trick Room. We can knock it off to get rid of like a Life Orb or something like that, so we can really wall it. Like, this thing hard walls Stack Attacka, which is really cool. This set is literally just built as an immediate switch into Stack Attacka, and just shuts it down hard. Stack Attacka cannot do anything to us. And realistically, like, being physically defensive against this team is also really good, because against things like the Ments, things like the Silvally potentially being physical, being able to maybe take one hit from Mega Lopunny if I have to. Being able to take a hit from Darmanitan. We also have the Protect. Protect is the important move here. I was originally going to run Will-O-Wisp and try to keep myself outside of Mega-ing as much as I possibly could, so I could like Willow things like the Lopunny, like the Ments, spread those burns around on his team. However, I decided that Protect was better because if I can, scout out that Mega Lopunny and see if it has like high jump kick, because I feel like it has to have high jump kick, because if it has Drain Punch or something like that, it cannot OHKO us. It cannot tear through the Mega Sableye Chansey core properly. The only reason I would think he would want to have Drain Punch is for the HP recovery he would get from Chansey, but besides that, HJK seems to be more likely. Also, realistically, I think I doubt I can catch him off guard with the Protect, but the Protect will also allow us to scout and see what kind of move he actually does have on his Lopunny set, which would be really important. So that could be really, really useful. So that's our Rupee set. Next up we have Over Easy, our Chansey. Eviolite holding with Natural Cure for its ability. Fully physically defensive Chansey. Just standard Eviolite Chansey set. Thunder Wave, Seismitoss, Stealth Rock, and Aromatherapy. Just the standard Cleric Chansey to set up rocks and have Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is very important because so first off, Seismitoss is more likely the move we're going to go for 9 out of 10 times. If he brings Silvally Ghost, then he's a god. But Seismitoss will be the move we go for 95% of the time. And that is basically just because like things like Stack Attacka might want to come in, things like Togekiss might want to come in. Specifically, things like the Espeon might want to come in on us, and that could be a problem. So, excuse me. I don't want Espeon to Magic Bounce our rocks back at us. I don't want to have a Thunder Wave Magic Bounce back at us or anything along those lines. I just don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to try to prevent that by just going for Seismic Tosses on switch-ins with it. I have my direct switch-in to Espeon anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But I think we have a good switch-in. But y'all know what Chansey does. It's here to be fat. So moving on to Moonduck. The Cresselia, fully physically defensive, Calm Mind, Moonlight, Psyshock, HP Ground. So, Psyshock and HP Ground is pretty much all I need. Psyshock just for stab. It will hit literally everything on the team for neutral or super effective damage. The only reason we have HP Ground is because the two things that it does not hit for neutral or super effective damage are the Magnezone and the Stack Attacka, which are 4 times weak to ground. Now, we're fully physically defensive with Calm Mind. Specifically, this is our switch into the Espeon. Because if it is a Calm Mind Espeon, which I think it could be, Calm Mind Espeon would be really, really scary against us. This thing Calm Minds up against it and beats it. Because if it goes for Psyshocks, which obviously we're not buffing our defenses, but if it goes for Psyshock against us, we are not 2 KO'd if we both get to +6. If we both get to +6, Cresselia will 2-shot it guaranteed with Psyshock, because it does like 60 to 70 something like min. it's like high 60, low 70 something minimum damage to Espeon from Cresselia if it's a Calm Mind set, which is absolutely crazy. Cresselia just does so much damage once we start getting set up, and it can't beat us in the long run if we're just spamming Calm Minds against it. So we can really set up against on the Espeon to the next. We can set up to the moon against Espeon, which is really, really great. And then if we can get set up at all, we can just pretty much sweep his team with Cresselia, which would be really, really dope. I'd love to get a Crest sweep at some point this season, so hopefully we can get it this week. But that is our Cresselia set. Next up we have Spiky Burb, our Zapdos. I'm still in the debate stage between Leftovers and Rocky Helmet on this set. But I am going to stick with the Leftovers because that actually will allow us to that'll give us a bit of extra recovery that we can properly wall the Mega Lopunny with this Mon. This Mon can switch it on like Mega Lopunny really easily. We're going with Static over Pressure this week because switching it on Mega Lopunny, potentially switching in, potentially taking a hit from Darmanitan, potentially taking an Outrage or something like that from a Salamence. Realistically, all those scenarios could lead to that Mon getting paralyzed, because I'm pretty sure Static is what, 30% chance? Yeah, 30% chance to be paralyzed on contact. And those Mons are going to be hitting us with contact moves very often. So I'm going to be really, really focusing on trying to get that to work. I think that could be really, really cool. If it does, hopefully, fingers crossed. We're running Roost, Defog, Discharge, and Hidden Power Ground. So we're really trying to get them pairs this week. The pairs helped us last week pick up a 6-0, so I'm going to try to get Paralysis on things. Because if I have to get Parahacks to win, you fucking better believe I'm going to Parahacks to win. I will hacks you for W's. Will hacks for W's. That's my new motto. I don't care. Roost, Defog, Discharge, and HP Ground. Discharge with that nice, I believe, 30% chance to paralyze as well. Yes, sir. 30% chance to paralyze. So, realistically, the only things that he has that can actually really switch into a Discharge is the Magnezone, and we have HP Ground. So unless he's a max speed Magnezone, he will not outspeed us. Actually, hold on. Why don't I just invest that tiny little bit into speed that allows me to outspeed a max speed Magnezone? And then we are Gucci. So he has to be Scarf Magnezone to outspeed us now, and if he switches in, he takes the Discharge, and then he takes an HP Ground and dies, which is great. So really looking forward to that scenario happening. But realistically, we can just go for Discharge safely, potentially get paras on things. We're gonna get a para on something. Like if this Mon doesn't paralyze something this week, I will be amazed. I will drop Zapdos. I'm kidding. I'm not going to drop Zapdos. But then that's just a Zapdos set. Next up, we have Sanic, our Shaman, and this is kind of like a pseudo way of beating the Darmanitan if like we don't get it paralyzed in some way, which I don't feel like we're going to be able to paralyze the Darm. But this is like a pseudo way of beating the Darmanitan. Sea Flare, Earth Power, HP Ice, and Tailwind. Step one, if we can get a Tailwind off against something, we are in a golden spot because this thing will outspeed a majority of his team and do a lot of work. We'll also outspeed the Darmanitan in the Tailwind, which would be really nice. So we can just Earth Power and knock it out, which is awesome. But we have the Occaberry, so realistically, like, he's going to more than likely, if he gets Darmanitan on this with Scarf, he's going to go straight for the Flare Blitz. So I'm just going to go straight for the Earth Power, because after the recoil, we'll be able to kill him with the Earth Power, and we'll live the Flare Blitz with the Occaberry. Will we actually live a Flare Blitz with the Occaberry? That's something I need to find out right now, because I actually did not calculate this yet. This is one thing that I have not run calcs for yet, so bear with me. We have 40 HP with the Akaberry against a Sage Choice Scarfed Darmanitan. We take 76.9 to 90.5%. And with Earth Power, we do 59, well, that's without special attack investment. We do 75 to 88%. So minimum recoil damage he takes, we do the maximum. However, I'm actually going to switch this set up a bit because I don't like that, because that means we die after rocks. How much do we do to him if we do 40 special attack, but we go max HP? He does 66 to 78 to us, and we do 62 to 73 to him. So realistically, like this thing, it makes our Shaman tankier in the long run. Let's go 248 HP. Let's just give 44 into special attack. I think that could be, yeah, that'll be fine. I think this set will be fine. I think the set will be better in the long run. Just kind of be able to bulk some more things, which would be really, really nice. And with the tail, we'll still be able to outspeed shit and pick off some mons. So that'd be really dope. So that is going to be the team, and let us go ahead and hop into the battle. Yeet!
Alrighty, guys, this is going to be our Week 4 battle against AJ here in the PLW. I guess we're going to call him the Minnesota Nittikings because he does have that as his showdown name, so we're going to go with that as this is his team name. We finally had the team name revealed, hurrah! But he decides to bring that Salamence, the Espeon, the Smeargle, the scary, scary, annoying Smeargle, the Lopunny, I believe it was Mega Lopunny, the most scary thing to my main core here, Togekiss and Silvally, who knows what type. We're gonna get into this matchup. We're gonna obviously switch sides. So he's gonna lead with his Espeon as I lead with my Mega Sableye. I'm just gonna go straight for the knockoff. Part of the reason I had knockoff is because of Calm Mind Espeon being a potential thing. I did not want to allow that thing to be able to set up subs or anything on me. Even if he started setting up Calm Mind. So I'm going to go for a knockoff, and he's actually going to reveal himself to be Colorberry. So he's going to take that, but I'm going to take that Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to be able to knock him off and kill him. So now he's going to go out into his Mega Lopunny as I go into my Zapdos, which is my dedicated Lopunny switch-in. He's going to hit me with a Power Punch and get staticked immediately, which is awesome, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm just going to go for the Discharge, and he's going to get fully parried, which is perfect. And I'm going to get the second para with the Discharge, and then we're going to be able to knock him out with the Discharge. And there, he just goes ahead and forfeits, and gives the rest of the kills to Zapdos. He also quit the league, like, immediately after this. So, that's cool. I don't care. We got a free 6-0, again. Except last week we actually played the game out, but this week we got a free-ass 6-0. I will take it, free-ass 6-0. I'm not going to complain. But, yeah, we pick up a nice 6-0 W. So, yeet. That brings our differential way the fuck up. I think we're, like, at +8 now, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, I would like to say GG to AJ, but, it was 7 turns, and he attacked. He did damage on one of them. 2 of them. Two turns of damage. 2 turns of damage. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't gotten parried there, he probably would have been able to do a lot more damage to my Zapdos, but at the same time, I would outspeed him, so I'd be constantly still getting that damage off on him. So, who knows what would have happened, but, yeah, we pick up a W, so, yeah, we moved to 2-2, and we have a really awesome differential, so I'm pretty happy with that, so, yeah. On to the next one, I suppose. Till then, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.